Welcome to my live stream. This is a silent live stream. Thank you for passing by. Hello. This is a silent live stream. I won't be talking. I'm just trying to introduce my channel to people. It's actually pretty early here, early in the morning. Thank you for showing up. Trying to get the word out about my channel. So while you're here, you can take the time to look at my channel. I'm trying to get more subscribers. Good morning. Hey, how are you? I'm trying to do a silent live stream. It's like 1:30 in the morning here. I'm trying to solicit more subscribers. I'm trying to get people interested in my channel. I got the idea first from someone else. It was a lady. She was on her screen. It said "silent live stream." I'm doing okay. I'm hanging in there. I end up having another cousin passing away. And his funeral is going to be next month. It's in June. He passed away, I guess, a week ago or whatever. And that's out in California. I was just in California for another cousin's funeral. So unfortunately, I won't be able to attend this one. But I'm doing okay. And yourself? I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm just I don't like live streaming. I really don't like live streaming. I'm not good at it. I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable live streaming. So but that's the way to get your channel out, the news about your channel. And I won't be on very long because I have to get to sleep. You're in the UK, Hadassah, right? Your daughter is so beautiful. She is so cute. I like babies. I just found out yesterday that my grandson, I am a grandmother, I have two grandchildren. My grandson just made it into the National Junior Honor Roll. I am so proud. I am so proud of him. And I hope he keeps it up because, having good grades in school, that can lead to a scholarship. And if that leads to a scholarship, his education will be paid for. Some of it or most of it will be paid for. So I'm very, very proud. Hello, thank you for dropping by. This is a silent live stream, even though I'm talking, but this is a silent live stream. I'm just trying to introduce people to my channel. While you're here, please take the time to view some of my videos. Um, you can leave a comment. You can share my videos. And if you feel led, you can subscribe. I'm trying to get more subscribers. And if you want to leave a comment about how I can improve my channel, what I need to do to improve my channel, or what things you're interested in looking at in my channel, on my channel, please leave that information in the comment. Greatly appreciative. Thank you. My channel is it's a mixture of different things. My life, it's more like a vlog. Um I have diabetes, and so I have some topics on eating well, exercising, or living with type 2 diabetes. I have a cat and a dog that I live with. Um, and I live in Colorado. So, I mean, it's just my channel is just about a lot of different things, my life and stuff like that. It's not a fancy channel. Okay, what are you saying? You can start. You can silent screen, share your own videos for your. Oh, okay. Hmm. So how do I do that? I mean, I'm kind of learning, about the different features that's on the live stream. Um, I know some people they put a poll up and stuff like that. I don't I don't see really how to do that though. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. You know, um people who do these content creators, um sometimes you get burned out. There's a period of time, I'm sure, even the best of the best get tired of uploading videos, making videos, and some people they try to be so perfect at it. They don't want any mistakes, you know. I'm amateur, so and I'm just dealing with a prepaid cell phone. I don't have a fancy cell phone. So it is what it is. My content is just there. It's just raw and uncut. Okay. Well, the next time I do live streaming, I'm gonna look at it more detailedly uh before I actually go live. I was messing around and excuse me, I can't see myself like, not my face, but I'm looking at my screenshot that I have, and I'm hoping that everybody else sees that as well, where it says Blue Butterflies, breaking news, subscribe. That one. I'm hoping everyone is seeing that. And I noticed that they had the green screen and all of that, so I checked that out as well. Positivity on my okay. Ah, okay, relaxation. So are you talking in yours or is it just music? I went to school to become an esthetician, a skincare specialist. So I am licensed to do body treatments, so that also includes, I can't say I'm a massage therapist because I'm not, but we do body treatments, which is similar to a massage. And, you know, relaxation music is really important part of, the treatment that people get, and it makes them go to sleep. Nope, just sounds of calming stuff. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna look you up because there's time. I have a bit of insomnia. I have some difficulties. I have a lot of things going on in my mind. I have my 84-year-old mother that I think about quite a lot. I lost my father 2 years ago, and I'm just losing family members. It looks like every month I'm losing a family member. I had just came from California to see one cousin off, and now another cousin passed away. His funeral is in June, and it's just like one right after the other. And I know that this is something that we all have to face in life. And some people don't want to discuss it, they don't want to talk about it, but that's the reality. We're just here for a short period of time. And you know I just have like a lot of things that be on my mind that kind of keeps me awake at night sometimes. So tonight I just decided to try to go live again. I'm still working on learning how to improve my skills too. Yeah, I know. I know. It looks like the average channel that's still considered like a low viewership is like 3,000. They have 3,000 subscribers. A small, YouTube channel. That's like on average, which is to me pretty darn good. But my channel is not growing. It's stagnant at, well, yesterday I got one new subscriber and I thank God for that person. Um but it's not moving very fast. And it could be the topic. People don't want to see animals and stuff like that. Yes, yes, I will, Hadassah. Thank you. You know what? There's so much crap that's out there. People like crazy stuff too, like really stupid stuff. There's a lady who I was looking at a live stream. I was just going through the different people that were live streaming, and I stopped at her channel while she was live streaming. And the topic that she had didn't really appeal to me, but I just kind of gave her some of my time, and I complimented her on her hands. She had beautiful fingernails. Did you know the lady cursed me out? She cursed me. She thought I was trolling. She thought I was trolling her. And she cursed me out because I said she had pretty hands and I liked her fingernails. And I said, "Oh my God, some people are just nasty. They're rude and nasty, but yet they get all the subscribers. There's some weird people out there that like that kind of mess. They like to see people get cursed out and yelled at and talked down about. I mean, she talks dirty, you know? If you build, I can't read this. If you build it, they will come. Yes. Yes, they are. Yeah, I know so many weirdos in the world. I just like to share what I have been learning. First live was silent. Bunny. Okay. The brain overload. Yes, that is so true. It's like you have all of this stuff that happened during the day that's still on your mind. It's just kind of hard to settle down. I cut out caffeine. I cut that out of my life because I figured that caffeine was part of my problem. It kind of helped a little bit. Then I started taking magnesium supplements because, when you have a chronic, I have type 2 diabetes. So magnesium is a supplement that we have to take. And that kind of helped a little bit. But then, when you have the stress of things that's going on in your life is a complete different, insomnia. It really is. Stress is completely different. There's no supplements really out there that can really help stress. Okay. Yeah, I have to build myself up. And I'm trying to find my niche. Um, I actually like to go to channels that have a theme. And that's actually what drew me to YouTube. And I've been a YouTube, watcher for many, many, many years. There's people that I've been watching and I've subscribed to, um, God, for years, maybe 10 years. And I've watched their channel grow, of course, and they're really big content creators and stuff like that. But they have a theme to their channel, their little niche, and it's really nice. It's like so professional and so crisp and stuff. I love it. I was talking about your channel. Don't give up. Just keep building. Yes. What you like others. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm just, like I said before, I would like to have a theme where I'm just focused on, like, okay, there's this one guy who I subscribe to, and he's an Uber driver. He's an Uber driver in New York City. And that's his whole channel is about him Uber driving, making that money. And he's a Muslim guy, and he talks very positive. He talks very spiritual, which also drew me to him because of his positivity. He's not a negative person at all, and I really admire that. He's also an immigrant, or the child of immigrants. And I like his positivity because he just makes you want to go out there and do the same thing. Yeah, his name is Matrix, something Matrix, beating the Matrix or something like that. Yeah, I haven't seen him. I hadn't seen him live stream for a couple of days now. Yeah, he's a real good guy. He's Bangladeshi heritage. Yeah. So, but doing live vlogs can be a thing also. Yeah, that but you got to be careful too. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be careful what kind of information you give out there, where you're living at and all kinds of stuff. I was visiting someone's channel, and I didn't subscribe to them, but I was just visiting someone's channel, and I left some information about where I live, and somebody in the group asked me if I lived in that town, and they were on point. It was like they were like, "I know exactly what you're talking about." I was like, "Oh my God." It kind of scared me a little bit, and I didn't say anything after that because I was like, I mean, because you have to be careful because there's people out there that are infatuated with people, right? Like, even though people can't see my face, but they just might like my voice or they just like my personality or whatever. They're just infatuated and they might want to seek more, So vlogging, it's, live vlogging or vlogging, it's okay, but people have to be careful what information. You got to protect yourself. Yeah. You gotta, because the society is really weird nowadays. It really is. Social media has gone to another level. I was just watching a video on YouTube, of course, where it was a woman in Mississippi. She unalived her husband because she felt like he was cheating on her, and he was a real good guy, mild mannered person. You know, she kept pushing on him and touching him and hitting him, and he nicely was saying, "Don't hit me." Anyway, she unalived him on live. It was live streamed. I think it was a Facebook live stream or something like that. I'm like, this is ridiculous. I mean, this has happened more than one time. People are using live streaming. I don't mean to laugh. It's not funny. But they're using live streaming to do all kinds of stupid stuff. I mean, to do that in front of an audience, you hurt somebody, you unalive someone. It's serious. Now you're going to prison for the rest of your life. I don't get it. Yes, you are right. Yeah, I mean, people do strange stuff. So today is another day. It is Thursday. For traffic. They probably did, but at the end of the day, you had a gun and you unalived somebody. I mean, is that what her audience wanted? If her audience wanted that, then they were some weird people. If they wanted that, to see that, I just don't get it. The mindset of people, I just don't get it. People who humiliate themselves for the views are weird. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. There's one lady. I haven't seen her in a long time. I don't know because let me tell you, I am on YouTube like all day, every day, pretty much. I'm always scrolling through it and everything. Anyway, there's this lady who, very attractive lady and very shapely. She's very shapely, and people humiliate themselves, like you said, for views. And I guess she has a male following and they want her to do stupid stuff. And I'm like, I would not low grade myself to that point. I don't care how much money they were offering. I just wouldn't do it. You have to have standards. People have to have standards about themselves, you know. But anyway, I don't know what happened to, some people you see for a long time, and then I noticed that YouTube tries to get all new people a chance, right? Like the really small channels, they try to promote us, they try to push us out there. And the people who've gotten like their 3,000 or whatever, I noticed that you don't see them as much. They are still making content, but they're not being pushed out, or YouTube is supposed to notify you. Like when somebody upload a video, that doesn't happen all the time. I noticed that doesn't happen a lot, and you have to kind of seek them out. I'm subscribed to over 1,000 people. I am subscribed to over 1,000 channels. Okay. And let me tell you, I love the people that I'm subscribed to. I love their channels so much. I try to give everybody a chance. I try to give everybody an opportunity, and I try to check them out. Not every single day, obviously. I can't watch 1,000 channels in a day, but I try, and I go down the list, and my older ones and some of the ones that I've been subscribed to for many, 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 many years, I would dig them up and check them out. And they're still out there producing, they're still out there making channels. And I try to give them my time. I watch their videos, I comment, I like, their videos, or I share their videos depending on what it is. And I just feel like everybody needs a chance, and we shouldn't forget about the old channels that we subscribe to. We shouldn't forget those people. Hi, how are you? Hey. Yes, yes, yes. I saw your picture of you and the beautiful baby in Australia. It looks so nice out there too, and I love your new hairstyle. I love your new hairstyle. It looks so pretty. It looks like it's very, very sunny, hot and sunny down in Australia, down under. Out here, it's still trying to figure out. The other night, it was 45 degrees. It was so cold to me. That was just shocking to me. During the daytime, it can get as high as 80, but then at night, you could feel the temperature start dropping. And then today, it just rained all day. It's good to get. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, to be honest with you, I wasn't gonna be talking because it's supposed to be a silent live stream. Because I really didn't feel like talking, because I'm talking to a screen. Even though I see our words coming up, but it's like, you know, it's kind of weird talking to my cell phone. I'm not into that kind of stuff, but now I have to be. Now I have to be. Anyway, so I was gonna just see who all was gonna show up, and trying to introduce my channel to people. They can come and take a look at my channel. And I'm not putting any pressure on anybody, because I feel like if you're going to subscribe to someone's channel, you should feel led to subscribe, not pressured, or subscribe because you feel sorry. If you subscribe to someone's channel because you feel sorry for them, they're going to be expecting, and they're going to be needing for you to continually to go and check out their channel, so that it can be out in the algorithm, so that other people can see it. But if you're just subscribing because that person only have 20 subscribers, I'll go ahead and subscribe, and you never show up. You never go back to looking at the channel. What good is that? You know what I mean? It's actually winter. Yeah, I know. So, okay, so it gets cold. It gets kind of cold in Australia, the southern part. That's that's kind of weird. I visited Uganda. I think it was in 2010. I was in Uganda, and one day I might post that picture of myself. You will see what I look like, okay? You will actually see what I look like. I will post that picture of myself. Um I was in Uganda, and I'm American. I go and I travel to Uganda, and I have all summer clothes. I have sundresses, shorts, gauze, that kind of stuff. And I was cold. I had to ask the guy at the hotel. I said, "Can I have another blanket?" It was really at night, it got cold, and I went during the rainy season. Well, actually, the rainy season was tapering off, but it was still rain. Some days it still rained. And I think that's considered their winter time. It was like the end of winter there. And it actually, Uganda got kind of cold. And I was really shocked. I was shocked at that. I wasn't expecting that at all because, Africa, you think Africa. But I know South Africa, especially the Cape Coast area, they said it gets really cold. And if you notice how they dress, the indigenous people of South Africa, they wear like wool, like capes and stuff like that, and it's made out of heavy wool. And Kenya too. They said parts of Kenya gets very, very cold. I guess if you're more close to the mountains. So, but Africa is a big continent and is very diverse in a lot of different things, their climate and all that kind of stuff. It was fun, and I would love to visit Nigeria one day. I would love to visit Nigeria. It says, "Wow, you've been to Uganda." Yeah, I've been to Uganda. Is that my cell phone? I don't know if my battery is dying. Yes, I've been to Uganda. We had a layover in Dubai. So I spent 24. I bought some cheap gold there. And I still have it. I bought a bangle. I love to travel. That's one thing you're going to learn about me. You guys are going to learn that I love to travel. Right now I just don't have the money to do it. But I love to travel. I love to travel within the US and outside the US. And I can't wait to do more of traveling outside of the US. I have a sister-in-law from Kenya, and I'm hoping one day to be able to travel there. I'll have a place to stay and everything. Okay. Everybody's doing good tonight? Okay. And I am trying to grow. I live in Colorado. Okay. I'm trying to grow okra, and it's germinating, it's sprouting and everything, but it just seems to be doing it so slow. So slow. At nighttime, it's cold. It gets cold, and then during the day, it can get as high as 80 during the daytime. And it's very dry out here, so I don't know. I just hope that it survives the cold at night. Yes, it's wow. It's actually even where I'm at is it's got to be like maybe 2 in the morning now, 2 or 2:30. Usually, when I talk to you, it's that early in the morning for me. Yeah, okra. Yeah, I'm trying to grow my okra, and it seemed like it's sprouting too. It's still at that fragile state. It's not getting really big. I started it inside with seeds, you know, and I covered it with saran wrap to make it more like a greenhouse to keep it kind of warm, but it's to me it doesn't look like it can die, like a cold snap would kill it for sure. Yeah. You remember about my friend from Liberia who was braiding the hair, and she ended up needing to go to the emergency room because she braided her own head tight. That is so embarrassing. The doctors told her to cut the braids out of her head, that the reason why she was having those headaches was probably from the braids. And she told me that. When is the best time to grow and to grow? You know what? That's a good question. Um it's hard. First of all, it's hard to grow things here. Okay, this state is not known for, you know, being like the bread basket of the US. Okay? It cattle is king out here. So if you're a rancher and you have cattle, you have cows, that's a good thing. The grass out here, the natural grass, the cattle love to eat that. It's very dry. It's like hay. Um, but trying to grow food out here, there's a few areas um, that they specialize. Like, okay, the western, more western part, like going towards Utah, they grow watermelons, like melons, cantaloupe, and melons. They're known for that. And then there's another area where they're known for beans, legumes. So they grow a lot of beans. I don't know when people start trying to grow stuff here. Like, I'm using potting soil right now. I'm using regular potting soil because the natural soil out here is too it's like clay, it's like sand. It's very sandy, so it's probably very acidic, and it's very dry, so the quality of the dirt is not that great, so I have to buy it in bags. Um so anyway, my neighbor, he seems to be doing pretty good. He grows weed, cannabis. He's growing cannabis, which they say is illegal. They said you can grow X amount of whatever cannabis, you can have X amount of many cannabis plants legally. I'm not into that kind of stuff. I don't smoke. I don't do that kind of stuff, so I wouldn't know. The story of how Jamaican lady You caught. Oh, yeah, that was when I was living back home. I was living in another state, and we had a community garden where it was a shared garden, and that was funny. Yeah, it was some Mexican people that shared the garden, and there was a Jamaican lady who her garden was above my garden, and I was going to my garden and I was noticing that my okra, like every day, somebody was going, they were cutting off my okra. And, I went back to my mom. My mother is from the South. So she told me, she said, you have to go early in the morning. You had to get there early in the morning and you can't wait for the okra to get bigger than like your finger, your little finger. When it's that size, you have to cut it off. Don't leave it on there because the animals are going to eat it. And so I said, well, I don't think this is an animal, Ma. It looks like someone's using a knife. The way that it's cut, they're using a knife to cut it off. I'm going to find out who did it. So I was asking some of the other farmers, I said, gardeners, I said, who's, is anybody coming into my garden to take my okra? And the Mexican guy told me, we don't eat okra. We don't like okra. We don't eat that. And we don't eat squash. He said, another thing Mexicans don't like, we don't like squash. He was cute. He was really nice. I said, I had to find out who is doing this. So I came one early morning. It was like really early, like maybe 6:30 in the morning. It was summertime, so the sun was out. 6:30 in the morning. I caught this lady. She had a plate. She had a knife in her hand. And she was about to chop something off. And she was in her sister-in-law's garden. And she also had a hose pipe, and she was throwing water on other people's garden. That was not her job to do that. Okay, she was supposed to have been tending to her sister-in-law's garden, no other person's garden. And she took the liberty to start, watering other people's garden. And that, I believe she was the one. I didn't see her for sure stealing out of my garden, but I believe she was the one that was going around taking things from people's garden. I didn't like that. I was getting really pissed off. And the lady who was in charge of the garden, I told her, I says, people are still, she said, well, you have to understand, this is a public garden. I said, no, it's not a public garden. We locked the doors. I said, this is an inside job. Somebody has the key. They had the key to the gate, okay? Because well, not the key, but the lock combination to unlock it. I said, someone is somebody that's part of this group because we're the only ones that know the combination. It's not like random people in the community, you know? And I just felt like, you know what? She probably was stealing out of my garden too. Because I was growing things that was different. Everybody had tomatoes, everybody had cabbage, everybody had um, corn, and I had okra and I had squash, which I bought myself. Okay, I bought that. So my garden had some things that was a little different. So, somebody wanted to go in there and check my garden out and take stuff without asking. And that pissed me off. That pissed me off. It really cracks me up. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, so now I look at public gardens in a different way. Okay? Look, I am not that type of person who grew up as a hippie and you share everything with people. No, 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 no. If I spent my money on something, that is mine. That is mine. Okay? Now, if I want to share it with you, I would offer it to you. Okay? I was actually growing stuff in my garden so I could sell, and I end up selling some stuff. But my okra plants, I'm starting them off with seeds, and they're very fragile because they germinated, and they're just trying to get stronger. It seems like it's taking a long time. Maybe I'm just impatient. Onions, now that's easy. You can grow onions inside. You can grow, we call them spring onions. They can, the shoot that comes out of the onion, you can grow that in your windowsill. You'll always have it. That's real simple to do. Okay. Who else is here? Anybody else? Anybody still here? It's getting late, guys. I should be sleeping right now. Okay. So I'm going to be ending pretty soon. Yeah, I need to try to close my eyes and get some rest now. Excuse me. So I'm going to be turning in. You should catch some sleep. Yeah. My mouth is getting dry and stuff. I'm getting tired, so. All right, guys. Thank you for showing up. Thank you. Hadassah, if you're still there. Thank you. Thank you, guys, for showing up and giving me support. And spread the news. I feel like I'm stagnant at 128. So, yeah, I don't know how to increase my subscribership. But you guys have a blessed and wonderful night, okay? All right. Love you guys, and thank you for showing up. Bye-bye.